The defense in the Colucci case filed a motion to dismiss the entire indictment against Michael Colucci. And they did that on the eve of trial because they got new information on the eve of trial. Now, they allege that there was a Brady violation in this case, a violation of Brady versus Maryland, which basically says the government must turn over any exculpatory evidence. And in this case, the defense says they didn't do that. You see, Agent David Owen, who was the investigator in the Murdaugh case, who basically admitted on the stand to lying to the grand jury, he's the investigator on this case. And apparently he met with Sarah Colucci's mom prior to this happening. And Sarah Colucci's mom told him that in the days leading up to this incident, she found her daughter crying in her garage. And she said, "What's wrong?" And this woman tells her in her teary state, "If it wasn't for these kids, I would already have myself in this garage." So not only that she is planning and thinking about doing this, but she's thinking about doing it in the same manner that this defense is alleging happened. And nobody turned that over to the defense. Now, Agent Owen had to answer these allegations. So he says, "Look, Judge, I had a statement written from the mom, and nowhere in that written statement does she say this. And also, I didn't stand by during the first trial and let her testify falsely. The prosecution shut her down whenever she tried to say this." So now Agent Owen is basically saying, hey, it's on the prosecutors. It on me. I'm going to save my own butt. But no, it's on both of you. Remember that a whole trial went by back in 2018. Not only did they not mention this to the grand jury, they let it slide through a whole trial without telling the defense that she was having these thoughts days before this happened. Imagine if he had been convicted at that 2018 trial. Now, the prosecutor comes in and says, "I shut her down not because I was trying to hide what she was saying, but because I had hearsay concerns." And the judge says, "Not so fast. Okay, you got to let a judge rule on the admissibility of statements. And you didn't even tell the judge about it. You never put it before a judge. Therefore, you kind of hiding the evidence." In his order, the judge says, "The prosecution wants us to believe that this 2018 trial resulted in a mistrial, so therefore no harm, no foul. Everybody has the information now." But the judge says, "Nah, man, I think that you should be held to a higher standard. The fact that none of the multitude of witnesses in this case has had a chance to review this evidence at the beginning and from the start of their investigation amounts to a foul with harm." So the judge dismissed this case without prejudice. Now, I'm a little disappointed in that. This case should have been dismissed with prejudice after everything this man has gone through. And if that is in fact true, there should be no probable cause for his arrest. Just saying. But he dismissed it without prejudice, which means that they can come and bring the entire case back if they present it to the grand jury again. He says, "I hope that you will present a fuller case to the grand jury if you do decide to present it to them again." Because in this case, and in every case, the citizens of the state of South Carolina should have full confidence in you seeking justice. Good luck with that.